In the heart of Kansas, where the prairie met the sky, lay a natural wonder known as Waconda Springs. This artesian spring, also called Great Spirit Spring, flowed from the earth, a symbol of life and renewal. Located in Mitchell County, it was a beacon for both wildlife and humanity. The spring, a circular pool about 50 feet across, sat atop a massive travertine mound. This mound, built over centuries by mineral deposits, rose 40 feet above the Solomon River Valley. The spring's water, crystal clear and cool, flowed abundantly. Cottonwood trees lined the banks, providing shade and shelter. Wildlife thrived, drawn to the constant source of water. For centuries, the spring remained untouched, a hidden gem in the vast expanse of the prairie. For the Native American tribes of the Great Plains, Waconda Springs was no ordinary spring. It was a place of deep spiritual significance where the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds seemed thin. Tribes such as the Pawnee, Wichita, and Kaw all held the spring sacred, each with their own name and legends. The Kansa tribe, from which the state of Kansas draws its name, called it Waconda, meaning Great Spirit. The Pawnee called it Pahoa, meaning water on a bank, believing it to be the dwelling place of powerful spirits. To these tribes, the spring was not just a source of life-giving water. It was a place of healing, a place to commune with the spirits, and a place of peace and diplomacy. Tribes often met at the spring, setting aside their differences to honor the sacred ground they all shared. Offerings of beads, arrowheads, and other precious objects were common, tokens of gratitude and respect for the spirits. The American natives also called big animal spirits Waconda, a supernatural godlike force. If an item is worn that came from Wakanda, they will become as strong as that specific animal. The tribe's deep connection to the spring was evident in their stories, songs, and ceremonies, passed down through generations. Word of the remarkable spring spread, reaching the ears of those seeking fortune and opportunity in the expanding West. The arrival of European settlers in the mid-19th century marked a turning point in the history of Waconda Springs. These newcomers, though not sharing the same spiritual beliefs as the Native Americans, were quick to recognize the spring's unique qualities. One of the first settlers to capitalize on the spring's potential was a man named Burnham. Recognizing a business opportunity, he began bottling the spring water, giving it the catchy name Waconda Flyer. Burnham's bottled water gained popularity, eventually reaching a national market. The spring's fame was further solidified when Waconda Flyer won an award at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. People began to attribute healing properties to the water, claiming it could cure various ailments. This belief laid the groundwork for the spring's next chapter, its transformation into a health spa destination. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed a growing fascination with the purported healing powers of natural springs. Waconda Springs, with its reputation for pure water and tales of its restorative properties, was perfectly positioned to capitalize on this trend. In 1884, a grand stone sanitarium was constructed near the spring, marking the beginning of Waconda Springs' heyday as a health spa destination. The sanitarium offered a range of treatments, all centered around the spring's water. Hydrotherapy, the therapeutic use of water, was a central feature. Guests could partake in mineral baths, believed to detoxify the body and soothe aching joints. Electrotherapy, another popular treatment of the time, was also offered. The sanitarium flourished, attracting visitors from far and wide. People flocked to the spring, seeking relief from a variety of ailments, from rheumatism to skin conditions. Waconda Springs had reached the pinnacle of its fame, a far cry from its days as a hidden oasis known only to the native tribes. The mid-20th century brought about significant changes to the American landscape, driven by post-war progress and a desire for flood control. The Army Corps of Engineers, tasked with taming the nation's waterways, set their sights on the Solomon River Valley. Their plan to construct a dam that would create a large reservoir, providing flood control and recreational opportunities. This project, however, would come at a cost. The proposed Glen Elder Dam would inundate a vast swathe of land, and Waconda Springs lay directly in its path. Despite protests from those who recognized the spring's historical and ecological significance, the project moved forward. In 1968, Glen Elder Dam was completed, and the waters of the newly formed Waconda Reservoir rose to submerge the once famed spring. Today, Waconda Springs rests beneath the surface of the lake, a submerged reminder of a bygone era. Glen Elder State Park, nestled on the shores of the reservoir, features a replica of Waconda Springs, complete with a travertine mound and flowing water. Though lost to progress, the story of Waconda Springs continues to captivate, reminding us of the preservation of natural and cultural treasures. If you want more of this content, please like and subscribe.